doing the Iron Factory. Ex-67 Scythe of Bifrons, or as you know him, Hellbat from Transformers Victory. So we'll see what he has. I'll take a look at the box real quick, and then I'll move over to the accessories. And then I'll show the instructions and take a look at the figure. So, well, actually, you can see there's the row. You can see the cardboard. Well, where he would sit right there in the box. Scythe of Bifrons right there. And the shell type of packaging. Iron Factory was released last year. I got them like earlier, a few months ago. There's the top of the box, bottom of it, side of it right there. Other side of it is just the same. It's just a robot mode picture. Again, it just looks like they have the same from the other side that you just saw. Slightly a different one because this one has a chest. This one does not. Back of the box. Quick. You can see there's robot mode. You can see multiple different poses you can get him in. You can see his jet mode. You can see the combine mode. Yes, he does form the left arm. You can see there's the option armor. Changed armor, and it's beast / weapon mode, and then QR code. That's it for the box. There's nothing else needed. So here, let's see what he comes with. He comes with his arm for combine mode. Right there. I'll take a look at the opposability at the end of a bit. But yeah, that's his arm. His left arm. I can, I'll just do the opposability now, so that way it makes it easier. But yeah, you can see it's gonna look bend right there, so you get the bend at the base. So yeah, each finger is individually articulated. They can bend in, out. You can kind of display out like that if you want, or you can have them in, or you can also bend that in and fold that in and bend at that thumb. That's that. I'll show it off in combine mode on him. And also, there was this joint here too, so you can bend it. The palm so it's like flat, like that if you want. Pose is. There's that. You do have the elbow piece that will go on for combine mode. You do have this bar again that you got with the others. It's for combine mode weapon, so you can like attach stuff. I'll show that off later. See on the next review. You do get his spear piece again, because they all come with the spear. But now here comes his weapon. So this you can just remove that one tip and then replace that. So that way it's a spear. And it does have a peg right here for the normal weapon, for his weapon, because this forms one part of the combined mode weapon. Or you could also have him hold it as a melee weapon, or you can have it hold it as a scythe. You get his breast, you get his chest, you get his blaster. See, that's the silver paint there. What it looks like right there. Yeah, you can hold it. There you go. You do also have the breast master or chest master. It's the bat. You can see the red eyes right there. And blue and white. You can see the gun barrels, which act as the tail feathers. Transformation's not that hard. Just gonna do that. I believe you want the legs out or bend them out. Or bend them out. I'm just looking at this. Yeah, you want the legs. Yeah, bent out. Bent down. That's why. But yeah, the instructions show it bent down, but I just have it bent out. And you also just want to come to the back and flip out this little one, this little tab. That way it's there. That's the gun mode. So then for chest mode, that's it. You just to change the orientation. That's it for that. So you have the chest / gun mode orientation right there. Or you can have it as a little bat. I'll leave the peg out so I can at least like show it on the figure and have him hold it. You do get your optional hands as well, like you did with your others from the set. He does have the closed hands already on him. You get left and right weapon holding hands there. You get a salute hand for left and right. So if you want, you can have him salute, and you do have like open display hands. There, you got open display hands as well. There you go. There's your spare hands for him. Your optional hands, which are just on ball joints. So you get those in a little bag, which is nice. And now you also get your instructions too, but you also get this piece. So this is what the combined mode weapon will attach on. Like if you put these on, you can connect them right there. So that way, because this is going to be your base of your combined mode weapon. Or you can at least have it right there as a melee weapon. So with the knuckle. There you do get your instructions for him. Let me open it up real quick. So you can see, Robot 2 alt mode right there. Well, right there, you can see the instructions. So you can see you can swap out that bit, and then you can see the combined mode weapon as well. Then this lists everything you get with him too. Well, all accessories, so you know what you're getting. Make sure you have everything. And then if you flip it to the back, it goes over combined mode instructions / it tells you what to do with the weapon mode for the option weapon part. And it goes into combined mode. It shows you how to connect him to Lio Chrysler. So that's that. Let's take a look at the figure himself for over a minute. So this is just how he comes out of package. I'm also going to lower my camera so it's more in frame. But that's how it comes out of package. I'm going to fix them, so sometimes they'll do this. So that way you just gotta, they'll come mistransform. You gotta just fix them. So I'm just gonna, you just want to get these wings untabbed and get them spun around like this. So that way the wings are pointing up instead of down. So you just want to get it like untabbed from this little upper section. So you just want to like kind of angle it, and then so you can spin it around, and then that way the wings are pointing up. That's how you want it. And then you just fix everything you undid, and there. That way you have your wings up. But you do have that on that joints too. There. So now he is in the correct orientation. Yeah, he is good. He's stable. If you do have the Iron Factory Guy-Hawk figure, he is a remold of that one. The legs are the same for both of them, and the lower forearms right here or here, and the forearms are the same. The crotch down and the arm right here. The shoulder pad is a different piece from his. The cockpit is different piece too, even though wings are different molds, even the fins right here, because he would have the side ones too and the back one. So they're slightly different right there, but similar transformation. Same transformation, just a little bit. You just got to do a few different stuff for him. I'll go over his articulation real quick, and then I'll show you the accessories. So we can see what that looks like with him. Head is on a ball joint, so you can get full 360. You can move it up and down. You got that neck joint. Arms can go out, so you can bring this out so you get more range as I pop it off the joint. But yeah, you can get more range out right there. So yeah, you can't really go up all the way or it'll pop off that joint, but you can move the arm up all the Yeah, you can move the arm up on that joint so you can get that look without, popping him off like I just did, popping it off. You get double bend at the elbow. Fist can rotate a full 360. You also get elbow joint. Do get full 360 right there, and then the fist can go in and out right there. So there's that. Waist swivel. I'm just gonna there. Full 360, no issues there. Just to at least show you. And you do have an ab crunch for combined mode. Because the combined mode joint. Because that's part of the elbow joint for combined mode. But you can say it works as an ab crunch. So extra joint articulation. Hips gonna go forward, back, knee bend. Right there, you do have a double knee bend. So you just gotta hold that and then bend it. You should have a double knee bend. Okay, let me just see that. Yeah, it looks like you do have one. I just didn't bend it all the way. Wait, but you don't get that much knee bend because you can see that right there. So that's how much you get for double knee bend. Thigh swivel, legs can go, foot can go forward and back, and the toe can go up and that far down. So there's your articulation for Iron Factory Skyhawk. For Iron Factory Death Cobra. I did get him at TFEX Express. They had him in stock, so I managed to get him. I just need to get Jaguar and Leozak, then I can merge all 7 into Lio Kaiser. Well, sorry, all 6, but with the bonus one, so 7. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the accessories in his hands real quick. So here, I'll do the chest part. So if you don't want this chest piece, you can remove it. This one's non-transformable. So you can just put the bat one on, but you can see there's some like new detail. And you can just put the transforming version on. So yes, that. Look, which kind of blocks his head. The other one is more compressed. But yeah, you have one transforming, one not. Same with the gun. You can leave that off or put it on. So I'm gonna just swap out his hands and then we can do some more of the accessories. Just gonna quickly show off the weapon holding hands, so get that out of the way. The way here, let me just put it on. Just gonna put this back over there so that way you don't lose it. Okay, here, let's start with this. So here's the bat one, the breast, the chest armor. Just use that same peg, you pegged it into the chest, and you can just slide it into the hand. And we'll go. One, so it's like that. So you have his gun. Well, yeah, one of his gun weapons. And there. Remove it from his hand. And here's the gun, so I'm just going to do the same thing. And he will hold it. You just got to, there we go, get it in that. Start it up and then there. So that way now he has his gun. Non-transforming version. And obviously he has a spear too. So let me just do this. So if you want to hold the spear, you just got to remove one end and then you can just slide it into his hand. slide it in, and then you can close that up. So that way he has his spear. So if you want, you can give him a spear pose. So that way it's like a point, stab, spear things. I'm going to remove one end, and I'm going to just take this out of hand and see if this one could fit in his hand real quick. It can, so if you want, you can just have it holding this smaller bit, but or you can maybe rotate it. It's loose fit. It doesn't really hold on. Yeah, you can angle it out. That would be the best. Or you can, yeah, it's not the best fit, but he'll hold it. Or if you want, you're going to bring that blade back in, the weapon back in, so you can just slide that through, and then you can just put this on the end. And with that little port, so that way now it's like it is actually holding his scythe. So you get that as well. And so you can do the other hands. I'm just not going to show them off just to kind of save time. But you already saw them. You can just swap them out, pose them up like that. But there, you have his scythe. I'm just orienting that axe bit. But there, the bit. There. So there's that. Let's go into his transformation into his jet form, and then I'll do combine form. Just going to remove this from his hand, and well, I'm just going to swap out to his closed fist, and then we can go to his transformation. Just put that there. There, I'm just putting that hand back away. But yeah, if you want, you have the slew hand, or you can have that open display hand too. I'm just not showing the other two hands on him just to make it save time. So that was going to be like a 30-minute video, which probably will be. But you get the idea. You can swap out those hands because that's the same on the other figures. So it's the same. Okay. We can also put some of them, you can put them on the chest plates on. You just got to remove it for their combine form. So you want to push your fist in. So bring it up so that way it sits in the scap. Right there, and then just pull that in. And there. You want to at least have the elbows this way, so the slot right here is pointing towards you. You want to spin his head 180. So yeah, his legs aren't the same as Skyhawk's. You just gotta get. You don't have to deal with those other wings. The other wing. So you want to pull this out, the wheel out, and then you just gotta collapse this up, and then you can close that up, and then that will. So like that, then this will tap in right there. But you want to pull your leg, the foot up, right there, bend it up, and now you just want to tap your linear in that one, in that little slot. So it looks like that one leg's done. So open up that panel, pull out the little landing gear, and now just collapse that leg up. Bend your foot at that, bend the toe, and then tap that in or get it lined up. And then close up that panel and tap it in the back of the plane. Jet together. There. So you can see that's fold it up. Now you gotta into just make sure this is in all the way. So it wasn't. There we go. And straighten this out there. So now that's good. So the back is done. Well, for now, we're going to do some more stuff with the back of the jet. So you want to use the shoulder joint. You don't want to pull it off. You want to pull this joint out from the body. And now you want to collapse this all the way down. Bring it down. like that. So you can now see the right one sitting lower, the left one sitting up. That's what you want to do. As I will just pop that off the joint. Okay, like that. So that way his arms are lower. Now we're just gonna do the wings, then I'll do the cockpit. So you want to get the wings in their roll out mode position, how he came out of the box with these like tapped in at the top, and you want to tap in the fins at the back of the leg. Oh, keeping this. I'll do it on one side better, so I'll do on the other side a little bit better. And there is a tab on the wing that there is a slot on the wing that the arm will peg into. So you just want to get that little section round, rotate it up, and then get in. So kind of angle it. That's the best way I found to do it. And then you want to flip this wing down. And this will tab in at the back, right into a slot, right there above it, right next to it. So that will get tapped in. That's why you want to make sure you have your legs collapsed all the way. And then you just want to make sure. I'm just making sure they're pushed in all the way. And now you want to bring that arm in, and now there's a tab right there that will go in that slot. That way it's like that. So you can see we're almost done. I'm just going to push the backdrop back. It's starting to come undone. So now I'm just going to pull this up. So it's like this. You're going to spin it around so it's pointing forward. And you just want to kind of lower the head down. And now you're just going to bring this down. You want to kind of hold these in because these will move out of the way for combine mode. Those will go in a different position. And then just bring the head up and flip down your landing gear. Like that. Now you have your jet mode. So I'm going to lower my camera again this last time. Well, for now. But yeah, there's your jet mode. But yeah, you just lowered the head so you can get easier access. Because you want to hold this little section down that holds the side wings, because these can move up. These will move up for combine mode. But yeah, so you can see there's your jet mode. And it cleans up good. You do see robot mode on your jet. Like I said, you can remove this if you want, or leave it there. For jet mode, combine mode, you do need to remove it. Move it. But yeah, that's all for that. So here, I'll just show this because I'll show the bat off in robot mode. I'm just gonna set the bat right next to him so you can like kind of get scale with him. That way you can just kind of get like a scale of how big the bat is compared to him. It's the master. Okay, there, I'll just put the bat back to the side. That's that. So let's go into combine modes. Now there's two combine mode transformations for him and Skyhawk. So there's the standard Iron Factory one, or because this is not show accurate from this combine mode, you can get into the show accurate combine mode way. I will show that off too. It's simple. It's easy. So, also, the instructions show you from going from robot to combine mode. You can go from alt mode to combine mode. So this could make it easier, and it could make it easier or harder. So you just want to get the wings kind of out of the way again. You want to untap it from the arm, so you're pretty much undoing a bunch that we did, that I just did to get into this. Look. You want to pull down right here. So bend at that waist joint that I mentioned and pull out. Out. right there. So you can see there's a second joint. There's a joint right here coming out. So you want to pull it out. You want to make sure you rotate this whole assembly to the left. So it's looking this way. Because it's the left arm. You want to leave the wheels out. You do want to flip back your thrusters right there. Just flip them out of the way. So the arm has the hand has a much better connection. So flip those out. So now, give me a second, I'm just gonna rearrange the wings out of the way. Yeah, because you want your wings like this, well, out to the side. You do want to untab this section. You want to spin this around and bring this up. So, and then you want to bring the little fins up. So you want to open this up so you can access. You want to push your head in and then close it all up. So you can just bring this section up. And that will sit up right there. This will sit right here. That will sit right here. So now with these slots, this is where the arm will go in. The robot hands will go in. Robot arms will go in. So bend up, and now you want to strain this out, but you want to use the double bend and get this one, put it back in to that slot. So it's like that. So it's locked in. So bend, and then well, get it right there. You're gonna bring that joint up. And this is just the standard combined mode way the instructions are telling me how to go in. Because I'll show the other configuration in a sec. I'm just kind of rearranging the wings. There, so this is your combined mode. This is how they show it. That's what we gotta do the last 2 bits. So you want to take the elbow connector. This will just like bulk it out up, so it's not just the waist. So this will just go right here. Just want to slide it from the back forward. So it's like that. So that way you can see it kind of like bulked up the waist. And just touch your hand. These 2 slots will go into these openings right there where the wheels were. And then there's tabs that will go right here at the bottom of the wheel. And you just want to line this up with the middle slot. This can take some doing. Let me do it off camera, and then I'll bring it back in. And there is like a little notch space cut out, so that way this can go on the side, like right there. There, that's it. So yeah, that's why you want to make sure your feet are down, the heels are down, so they have room for the connection, because that would block it. But yeah, there's your combined mode done. Bring the thumb forward, but yeah, there's your arm done. So you have the normal hand articulation that I showed earlier, but you do have some new articulation. You do have your elbow joint. This should stay tabbed in. And well, give me a sec. Let me fix that because I went to move it and now arm fell off. Sorry, yeah, no, his cockpit fell off. That was the first time that's happened. Yeah, his cockpit just flew off. Now I gotta just grab it and then I can fix it. Yeah, the cockpit just fell off the ball joint, which that's actually never happened before. Let me reattach it and then I'll get back in. Okay, everything is back in. to place before that happened. As I was saying, you do have a double bend right there. Well, before that happened. So yeah, you do get a double bend. Elbow bend. So it's not far, but you at least get a double bend. And you can straighten that out. Then you obviously have your rotation right there, so you can have it rotated. So now I'm gonna do the other configuration, and it's not hard. You're not like modding the figure. You're just gonna slightly change it up. So you want to untab your arm. You want to straighten this up. Leave it like right there, and then bring that out. So I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I'm gonna bring up the cockpit right there, so it sits kind of above the wings, and I'm gonna spin the wings in too, because I believe the show they're pointing inwards. Spin the wings to actually watch the show, so that way they're kind of like saying the robot mode orientation. And now you want to pull this out, this whole little section right there that's on out, and bring it up. So that way it's like that, and then you can bring this up and bring these up. Let me get the cockpit out of the way for a sec. There is the slot right here, and that will just go back into that same slot and area. Just bring these back up. Forward, up and forward. And then now you can just bring your cockpit back, and then that will just sit right there. Or you can have it like hinged. Yeah, you want it right there. You can't hinge it more forward, because this is like more of the show accurate look. So yeah, the people who were buying this, I should say, this set or figure, didn't know this was possible until we saw that joint, and then we figured it out. Someone figured it out. So yeah, you can get in this show accurate look, so you can have it up like this or have the wings down. So yeah, if you want, you can go for a more show accurate look, and you're literally just changing this one section right here around. You just bring it up. Plus, I mean, it does kind of free up this area. So if you want, you gotta rotate your arm this way, and then have, all that same articulation. Nation is came tab. You tab that back in. But yeah, you can see you get the same movement. You just gotta move it out. But now, if you want to move it out to the side like that, you can. Yeah, too. I'm just showing it off. If you want to do that, you can. And I'll just do this last thing. And I'll give you my final thoughts on this figure. I won't talk about the set and the final thoughts of the set until I do the combined mode review. Just gonna open the hand up, and I'm gonna like slightly bend the fingers in around this face. Sorry, my dog started barking. My ear was still in the background, so I just had to go deal with her. So yeah, tap that in, and now you're just gonna bend your fingers right here around it, so you can see. There. So that way, because then you're just gonna attach the bits on the side of those posts for the combined mode weapon. But yeah, anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf. Find the Ultimate Wolf on Twitch, the Ultimate Wolf on Instagram, the Ultimate Wolf on Discord, the Ultimate Wolf on Instagram, the Ultimate Wolf YT, all capital, on Reddit, and the Ultimate Wolf 19 on X. But yeah, I've been the Ultimate Wolf. But yeah, this is been a good figure. Everything's solid, just except for the arm popping off. But you saw I fixed it. Yeah, I do like how you kind of show accurate or doubt it was right there how the instruction have it for the wings. Yeah, all that accessories. Yeah, it's a good figure. It's a good set if you're collecting him. To all that different poses, the articulation. And remember, these are legend scale too. If I haven't said that. So, but yeah, and like I said, I've been the Ultimate Wolf.